Take a look here at my real account, real money, real shares. You can see I currently own 141.23 shares of SCHD with a market value of $3,879.74 with a cost basis around $26.97. And SCHD is currently trading around $27.47. For the past 2 years, I've been investing $5 every single day into SCHD, not when the market felt good, not just when I remembered, every single day. That's 731 consecutive days, $3,655 total invested. And today I want to show you what that actually looks like, the dividends, the growth, and the part nobody warned you about. I'll be honest, there were moments this year where I wondered if sticking with SCHD was a mistake, because if you own SCHD right now, you might be wondering if you made a massive mistake too. What I'm about to show you, though, will completely change how you think about dividend investing. But first, let's take a look at where it gets really frustrating. SCHD started 2025 at $27.47. It ended 2025 at $27.47. Here you can see it on my phone as I scroll between the first of 2025 and the end. Same exact price, 12 months, zero movement, no breakout, no comeback rally, no finally moment. And I'm not going to pretend that this feels great. If you've ever opened your investing app after a full year and thought, wait, I did all of that for this? Well, I was buying shares every single day. Here's what happened everywhere else. Growth stocks were making new all-time highs. AI stocks were going vertical. The Magnificent Seven were making people feel like geniuses just for clicking buy. And dividend ETFs like SCHD, they quietly became the boring, forgotten corner of the market that nobody wanted to talk about, which, by the way, is exactly where I'm most comfortable putting my money. But first, I need to show you something most SCHD investors completely miss. Because while the price went absolutely nowhere, something else was happening the entire time. Something that doesn't show up on the chart, something that doesn't get headlines: dividends. And here's the part that matters. While the share price felt completely stuck, my ownership was quietly expanding the entire time. This is where dividend investors don't fail, but they lose patience. So let me walk you through this slowly, because the pattern here changes everything. After starting this challenge, my first dividend payment was received in March of 2024, and I got $3.13. Then $9.41 in June, $12.93 in September, and $17.28 in December 2024. Now watch what happens in year 2. March 2025 paid $21.06. June, $26.75. September 2025, $31.38. And December 2025 paid me $37.80. Notice something: each quarter isn't just higher than the last quarter, each quarter is higher than the same quarter the previous year. That March 2024 payment of $3.13, 1 year later, $21.06. That didn't happen because SCHD suddenly got exciting. That didn't happen because the market finally woke up to dividend stocks. It happened because I kept buying every day, even when it felt boring, especially when it felt boring. So after investing into this account every day for 731 days straight, let's take a look at how much this account has actually grown. I've invested exactly $3,655 of my own money into SCHD. As I'm recording this, that position is worth $3,879.74. So on the surface, you might look at that and think 2 years for about $225 in total return, but that's where most people stop. And that's where dividend investing gets misunderstood. That's the dividend growth most people underestimate during flat markets. And when you break that return down, this is where things get interesting. Out of my $225 total return, $160 of that came from dividends. That's 71% of my gains coming from income, not price movement. The market gave me just $65 in appreciation over 2 years. Everything else, dividends did that. Now, don't get me wrong. I expect SCHD to have some massive appreciation in the coming years. It's just been out of favor. But as of right now, I'm happy to just keep collecting dividends and stacking my position as my share count grows. And here's what took me way too long to understand. This is what $5 a day actually does. There's no moment where you wake up, check your phone, and say, holy crap, look at this gain. Instead, it quietly builds share count. Share count quietly builds income, and income quietly compounds into more shares. No dopamine hit, no viral chart, no moment where you feel like a genius, just progress that sneaks up on you. And honestly, that's the hardest part. And here's the bigger lesson. This 2-year experiment taught me starting small isn't the problem. $5 a day doesn't feel powerful in the moment. It feels like you're doing nothing. It feels like you're falling behind. It feels like everyone else figured out the secret and you're just over here slowly stacking shares. But 731 days later, you're looking at over 140 shares. You're looking at growing quarterly income. You're looking at a portfolio that pays you even when the market feels completely stuck. That won't go viral, but it's real. And after 731 days, it's starting to actually matter. This $5 daily investment, it's a supplement. It's a dividend growth experiment. It's a way to build passive income alongside my core holdings. I'm not betting the farm on SCHD. I'm using it as a tool to build income that I can eventually reinvest, spend, or pass along. And that distinction matters. Also for me, I can see retirement out on the horizon. It's still a ways out, but sooner than it has been, so I'm starting to shift priorities. If you're investing in SCHD right now or thinking about it, I want you to remember something. Underperformance doesn't mean failure. Sometimes it means you're early. Sometimes it means you're building something quietly while everyone else is chasing noise. And sometimes it means you're doing exactly what you're supposed to be doing, even when it doesn't feel good. The market rewards patience. Not always on your timeline, but eventually. And I'm not stopping this experiment. I'm still buying $5 a day. I'm still letting time do the heavy lifting. I'm still trusting the process, even when the price doesn't cooperate. And I'm going to keep documenting it, the good quarters, the flat quarters, the frustrating quarters, because if there's one thing I've learned building this channel and sharing my real investment accounts, is that people don't need another highlight reel. They need to see what it actually looks like to stay consistent when it's boring. Day 732 starts tomorrow. I'll keep buying, I'll keep documenting, and I'll keep showing up even when it doesn't feel exciting, because boring done consistently, that's not just how portfolios grow. That's how real wealth gets built. Thank you so much for watching. If you're not sure what to watch next, check out another of my videos right here. Take care, and I will see you next time.